Yet another transit proposal has been dumped in Nashville. The latest is that plan to build a transit-oriented development in Donaldson. Just 3 months ago, of course, voters turned down a transit referendum countywide. So the question now is, what will it take to get a yes? News Channel 5's Jason Lamb asked that question today. Jason, what'd you find out?
Well, we talked to at-large Metro Councilman John Cooper. He voted against both the Donaldson plan and he was opposed to the transit referendum. He says the answer to Nashville's transit problems may lie in technology instead. The Donaldson transit-oriented development, narrowly voted down last night, is the latest in a string of transit-oriented failures in Nashville.
Let's move Nashville.
In May, voters turned down a multi-billion-dollar transit plan that would have, among other things, built light rail in Nashville. And 3 years ago, MTA officials pulled funding for the AMP,
an affordable alternative to traveling by car,
a plan to add bus rapid transit lines across town.
Now, fundamentally, Nashville is challenged.
Metro at-large Councilman John Cooper voted against the Donaldson transit development, in part, he says, because it would have used controversial tax increment financing that he says would take money away from city government and schools.
Just saying it that candidly, we have broken promises for the sake of kind of a mistaken idea about the right way to do development.
Cooper also didn't support the transit referendum in May. So what transportation ideas would Cooper vote for? He says the key is investing in the future.
There is a lot going on. There's a lot of digital technology, relatively inexpensive, that's increasing the throughput of roads. That's the next frontier.
One of those ideas, smart traffic lights that can recognize long lines of traffic and change to allow more cars through, like some intersections in Atlanta.
Some of their smart corridors, which are increasing throughput by 15% or so, cost $3 million. Not a lot of money.
One plan that would get at least Cooper's vote after ideas to improve transit have reached a long line of dead ends. Now, more council members last night actually voted for the Donaldson plan than voted against it. It was a 19-15 vote, but 5 council members didn't vote, and it needed 21 members to pass. Live in Nashville tonight, Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Jason.